So my name's Hayley Famer. I am a 2018 graduate of Spalding High School. I went to Kennedy Road in middle school and then Jackson Road Elementary. So in high school, there really wasn't a plan to go to college. Never was really big into academics. I loved sports, loved playing sports. That was like my real reason for going to school, I guess. But joining the WhyJROTC program, I had probably my biggest mentor still today, biggest mentors, but specifically Colonel Sylvester. He sat me down and literally walked me through the process of applying to colleges in the military academy. And if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have went to college. So I ended up in the military. There's nobody in my family, at least that I know of, was military route. And so that the seed that Colonel planted in 1st Sergeant Powell and Command Sergeant Major Gunter, they planted that seed in high school and kind of caught my attention freshman year. Really didn't think too much of it until Colonel sat me down and we started applying for colleges. And I didn't know anything about the military academy at West Point. And he was like, this is where you need to go. And so there's a lot of things you have to do for that, congressional nominations and whatnot. And he literally helped me set up meetings with the senator and stuff like that to get those recommendations. And so it started there, and then of course he talked me through backup plans, and so that's where we started with the other senior military colleges, North Georgia being one of the 6, and we set up tours. And as soon as I toured North Georgia, that's just where I felt at home, and so that's where we ended up. So starting out at North Georgia as a cadet, your sole focus is graduating and becoming a second lieutenant. So that's everybody's focus. You know that going in, and so your freshman year you'll do what they call Mills 1, basic soldering tasks, similar to the WhyJROTC program in high school. You learn like the basics, and then as you go through all the way up to your senior year, you learn more advanced things and how to be a second lieutenant or an Army officer. So that's kind of the evolution of a cadet. So to date, my biggest accomplishment would be being the first female graduate from UNG to graduate Ranger School. And that kind of started, like I said, the pathway for every cadet is pretty general, going from freshman to senior, ultimately becoming a second lieutenant. But I chose to do the specialty unit Ranger Challenge, and I guess that is kind of where like my training started to go to Ranger School, and my interest to go to Ranger School started. Had a great coach and mentor there, military science instructor as well, and he was a huge influence in persuading me to go to Ranger School, and really branching infantry as well, because that's another thing that cadets get to choose at their time in university, is what branch they want to do and essentially their job in the military. And so there's a lot of influence there. Really thankful for all the people that I had met along the way. Being the first female feels really good. I'm 116 in the whole world, and just graduating from Ranger School, it's the 1% of the 1% in the military are Ranger qualified. And so, like, knowing the statistics, it's pretty awesome. But I didn't get here like alone. There's definitely females that came before me, and just Rangers that came before me in general, that paved the way. And so I feel like I'm still just standing on like the shoulders of giants. So don't get me wrong, it does feel good, but there's still more to be done. I certainly didn't see the importance of high school or WhyJROTC when I was in school, but being out of school for a couple years now, looking back, it gave me my out of this little town. I didn't have a plan, and if it wasn't for the WhyJROTC program and my mentors there, I probably would just still be here, in Griffin. Not that that's a bad thing, But it just has afforded me the opportunity to expand my horizons and be moving to Germany here soon, and just meeting people from all over. My roommate from Ibulek, she is a Greek soldier, so I have friends in Greece, I have friends in Germany, I have pretty much any state in the country I can go to and have, you know, a couch to crash on or something like that. Just having friends all over, and it was all because of those connections I made in high school. So just taking every opportunity that you can, making the most of it, and those opportunities do exist even here in little old Griffin.